outside the grid. It's all for sure, you didn't know. I wonder what it meant to be. If I let go and let it flow, I think there's more to see.
I just need a break. I'll take what you need. I just need to break.
I'll take you to a trip to the other side. I'll take you to a trip to the other side. Take a sip, it's a trip to the other side. I'll take you to a trip to the other side. Take a trip to the other side. I'll take you to a trip to the other side. Take a sip, it's a trip to the other side. I'll take you to a trip to the other side. Do you just feel like there is no just left to see? Do you just wanna to rewriting down your script? It's all for sure, so you didn't know. I wonder what it meant to be. If I let go, so let it flow. I think there's more in me.
I just need a break. I'll take what you need. I just need to break.
I'll take you to a trip to the other side. I'll take you to a trip to the other side. Take a sip, it's a trip to the other side. I'll take you to a trip to the other side. Take a trip to the other side. I'll take you to a trip to the other side. Take a sip, it's a trip to the other side. I'll take you to a trip to the other side.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another fantastic stream. If you weren't with us last time, I built some Minecraft sets. They are right over here, and I'll be going over those in just a second, but it looks like there are a lot of people hanging out in chat waiting today, so let me just scan through that and say hello to everybody real quick. I got my mouse here, so that's fantastic. Hello, JB. Looks like you were here first, so thank you for showing up. It's great to see you. You were at our last stream, too. You seem here all the time. Hello, Jack. Hello, Emery and Cynthia, Bjorn. Let's see, who else is here? Real Bricks, great to see you. And Zhao, I'm sorry, I might not know how to pronounce that. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But Fun Brick, welcome, 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 everybody. So last time on the stream, oh, first break of the day. Okay, last time on the stream, I built 2 sets. So the first one I built was this B1. I'm trying to build a lot of Minecraft sets because I want to build like a little Minecraft city. But yeah, this is the first one we built. Honestly, pretty cool. It has bees, which is always cool. And then over here we had a llama / llama trading. Something just fell. Trading thing that had a little cave skeleton, Steve, a trader, and 2 llamas. But today, in today's video, well, today's stream, we are going to be building these 2 here, hopefully. Last time we managed to make it through 2. This time we're building one that's about the size of both of these combined. So we're going to hope we can get through it. And I've got this little one here, just in case for some reason we go through this really, really fast. So I do not have a cutting tool, so I guess I shall just remove the things. Can I have a cutting tool, please? Thank you. It's just going to be me today. Evan is just really quickly setting up some stuff for the stream, and then he'll be gone. We are currently... Well, what if I need it for this one? Oh, wait. That one doesn't... okay. But Evan is finishing up the house remodel. I don't know if he's going to be posting an update to our Patreon, but in the past, we have uploaded some house remodel stuff to our Patreon. So if you're interested in learning about how that's going, you can go ahead and check out our Patreon. Of course, gotta do a little plug there. But thank you to everyone who is a Patreon. I don't have a list with me. It's honestly getting to be quite a list now as well, so I can't keep it by memory anymore. But thank you to everyone who already is. But today we are going to be building this Nether Fortress first. So let me make sure I am on live chat, not top chat. Okay, yes, I am on live chat. Real Brick says the wall is looking cool. Probably better to be able to walk in and out both ways. Yeah, it is. It's great. Up until recently, it was fantastic for multi-order packing, but we've been trying multi-order packing, and it was. There were unfortunately too many errors, so it's really great that people reported those to us, because now we know that multi-order picking is not the best, at least for us in terms of error rate. So we've gone back to regular order picking, but it's still great because you just get to go straight down the aisle. We moved the numbers so that basically we have, let's say 1 through 100 on the left and 100 through 200 on the right. So that way we can kind of just go back and forth rather than having to go all the way down, loop around, and come back out. So it is quite fantastic for that. But let's get started with this build, or we will never finish. So first dropped piece. How is everybody's day going today? Hello, Toby. Welcome. I'm doing pretty well myself. Jack says, have you considered buying and selling Lego Technic? Not specifically, no. We pretty much will buy and sell anything so long as it fits into our margins, which is 3 times and or used. We also buy used, so we have gotten Technic in used before. I don't know if we've ever bought a specific Technic set, but in our experience, they don't do 3 times part out. So We don't target them specifically, but we don't have anything against it. We would buy them if it was 3 times. Fun Brick Creation says, I just finally started putting parts in the 4th set of my Acro Mills drawers. I'm slowly stopping to use the plastic clear cups to store parts. Fantastic. Yeah, drawers are so much more efficient than really anything else. I can't stress that enough. The drawers are fantastic. So we're just going to build our first minifig here. There should be a head somewhere around here. Here we are. And of course we got to have our diamond sword and our diamond pick, because you can dual wield now. Evan and I have been playing some Minecraft recently. Coming back, we haven't played it in forever, but you can dual wield now, which is just crazy. So there we go. We got our first minifig done. And now we are building the blazes. Second dropped part. This is how it's going to be today. Let's see. Hello, Rita. I don't think I said hi. Great to see you here. Great to see everybody here. That's not the right part. Here we are. So yeah, I'm just hoping to complete my Minecraft little world. I have 2 more sets after these 2, and then I'm going to have to look for some more. But some of the old Minecraft sets, actually, they go for a lot. So we'll see what I'm able to actually buy off of BrickLink at a reasonable price, because some of them go for quite a bit. So has anybody here built anything recently, or seen any movies, or done anything at all in the last bit? Oh, I got my my shot for the pandemic a couple days ago, and that went pretty well. I was pretty tired the next morning, but other than that, I felt pretty fine. So wasn't too bad. I got the Moderna one, so I don't know what other people's experiences have been, but I know Evan was pretty sick after his. Rita says it's 23:15 here. Wow, that's yeah. Go to sleep if you want to go to sleep. That's quite late. Hello, burrito boys. Have you had a burrito today yet? That is my question to you. You were here last time too, and you had said that you had never had a burrito. Well, have you had a burrito now? And JB says he went to Six Flags today. You go to Six Flags all the time. I mean, you have to have an annual pass, but how many times per year do you think you go to Six Flags? Dunder Mifflin Brickco says he built the 1989 Batmobile a few weeks ago. It's really cool. Yeah, I've heard that set is really cool. I think I actually, if it's the one I'm remembering, I saw it for sale at a Lego store quite a while ago, but I didn't end up getting it. Funbrick Creation says he has built the Mickey Mouse art set, and soon we'll start building another one from Minnie. Fantastic there. Real Bricks says, Paul, I would like to share a pretty insane way of uploading lots of used parts quickly. Sure, go ahead. Type it on out. I'm always interested in learning how to be more efficient. Bjorn says he finished a robot and mech with pieces ordered from us. Fantastic. We love to hear what you guys have built. I don't know how many we've ever received, but it would be super cool if people like emailed us photos of the stuff that they've built with our parts. Because I've always been really curious. Like sometimes I'm packing an order and I'm going through it and I'm like, what could this person possibly be building with these parts? And it would be very cool to know. I thought that when we eventually get a website, it would be super cool to have a section where people could upload pictures of the things that they've built with our parts. I think that would be really cool. JB's Brick Kiln says, it was my 4th visit today. He says he goes around 30 times a year. Yeah, that's a lot too. Wow. Man, I wish I could go to Disneyland 30 times per year, which, by the way, I am going to Disneyland soon. So that is fantastic. I don't know if there will be a Patreon vlog. I think that'd be really cool to do. I'll have to ask Evan if that's something we can do, but it would be really cool to do a Patreon vlog for going to Disneyland, because it just reopened. Well, it hasn't reopened yet. It's about to. And we're getting to go, so that would be fantastic. Jonathan says he got his vaccine this week too. Same type. I felt tired and had a sore arm. Yeah, my arm is still kind of a little sore. Real Brick says it may take a couple of messages. That's fine. Chat isn't super busy. Funbrick Creation says, I really enjoyed the first video on the brick store tutorials. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed the content that's been coming out lately. One sec here. Let me see if this is important. No. Hello, Raphael. Great to see you. Real Bricks, so in reference to explaining how to do it really efficiently, so in a used lot, it may sometimes be obvious which sets the parts came from. And even if not, find the parts list of either the set that the lot may be in, or a set that it is likely to have. So here's the thing. When we get used lots, usually the way in which we get them, they are mixed individual pieces. Very rarely do we ever get like a big piece of something. So figuring out what set they're from is virtually impossible. I'm pretty sure that there was a Hobbit set in the last one that we had, because there were a bunch of Hobbit tiles. But I mean, that was a 15, and that was a huge tub of stuff. I mean, we usually don't get them in little bits. We get them in big tubs. And so we don't do a whole tub in one day. So I think maybe doing it that way wouldn't be super efficient. But if you're doing it by small amounts and you got it all from the same person, because sometimes we will get them sourced from other places, and I have no idea how those parts are handled on the sourcer's end. So, you know, that is a possibility. But your idea could totally work if you're getting like a lot from a dude that like you found on Craigslist who's selling their collection, right? And it's really obvious. I could see that totally working. Burrito Boy says bye. Hello, Raphael. I don't know if I said hi. JB says, that's just to my home park. I also visit one Six Flags in New Jersey and sometimes one in Georgia. Okay, let me try and get a bit more done here, because we're still only on bag 1. And then I will follow up in chat. Oh. I already did that part. Real Bricks continues. Many of those parts, after finding as many of the parts as possible in the lot, the quantity can be more or less than the set. Then part out the used set, but adjust quantity and remarks of other parts. Adjusting the quantity and remarks as you go, deleting the parts you can't find. It may work, but it's more likely to be effective with your own collection. Yeah, I would agree. Way more likely with your own collection, where you know that there are actually sets in there more or less complete. What we do is we just look at the number on the bottom. Basically, so we pre-sort it into, we get it in, right? I believe we have a video on this, but we get it in and in the tub, and then we wash it and remove a good deal of the non-Lego. And then after that, we pass it on to a sorter, whose job it is to break up the big 15-pound tub into a bunch of labeled Ziploc bags. Some of these things might be 2x2 plates, right? Or slopes, stuff like that. And then we take those bags and then we catalog those. So we open up those bags and we just pour it out. And then we go by number, because every Lego piece has a little number on the bottom. Or by visuals if we know what it's just called. But we basically go by number and we catalog them and add it to a big brick stock file, which we then upload at the end of the day for whatever we manage to get through at that time. And we find that to be pretty quick. But what you're saying would definitely work if you think that if you know that you have a complete set that you're looking at. But often we don't. What about the rest of you? Do you guys have any sorting tips other than kind of the two ways that we just talked about? How do you guys sort your used? Real Bricks says, yep, that's very efficient, and I will definitely use the new video you guys uploaded in the future for use. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, great to have, great to know people appreciate our videos. I was really happy with the performance of. I recently released a video that was pretty different from the rest of our content, and you guys seem to really like it, which I was a bit worried that that wouldn't do too well because it's a big departure from the normal stuff we do. But everyone seemed to really like it, so props to our fan base for that. It's fantastic. Like, I know a lot of other creators will do something that's a bit different, and their fans will get really upset and not like it, but I'm very proud that our fan base seems to like our content, so that's a great thing. Alright, sorry if I'm a bit quiet here. I'm just trying to make some progress. Alright, that is our second blaze. So here we go. We got whatever the female one is. I think it's Alex or something like that. Alex and Steve. She's relatively new. I remember when it was just Steve, so I don't actually know what her name is, but yes. And then two blazes, and now we are building a wither skeleton, it looks like. So on the topic of videos, is there anything that you guys would like to see a video on in the future? Because we are always looking for new ideas and stuff like that as to what we can do. Because it's very difficult to release three Lego videos a week. So, Dunder Mifflin Brickco says he just finished his school semester. Normally I would do something with Lego in my time off, but I currently have no money to do anything with. Yeah, I understand that on a spiritual level. This is the first Lego purchase I've made in a while, and I think I spent $30 on it. Sorry, no, I spent $30 to buy two of them. I spent like $60 on all of this, and that was it. So, yeah, I understand not having any money very well. But hopefully things will improve for you, and you can spend, the money that you probably should be spending on bills and stuff, and instead spend it on Lego, like a healthy, productive adult. So, yep. I will never get this to stand up straight, but we shall try. Okay, whatever. So we got 2 pieces of fire, which I guess we don't do anything for. Normally you add a brick to it, but I guess not. So now we got to build a treasure chest here. I guess Nether Fortresses have treasure chests, right? Fun Brick Creations says, regardless if it is used or new, if it's bigger than about 150 parts, I first sort it into color and then part out each color as my desk isn't too big. Yeah, you could totally do it by color as well. That's definitely another option too. But I like doing it by element because I find it's much easier to then separate later on by color. It just seems like if you're trying to sort by color, it's going to be really busy and it's going to be really hard to look. If you seem if you understand what I mean. Let's see here. Now I'm super conscious about saying Someone told me I said my dad told me I say a lot, so now I'm trying not to say regardless of whether the last Lego product I bought was some pieces for a different mock. That's pretty cool. I really want to make a mock. As you can probably tell by the shirt, I'm a huge fan of the Nier video game series, and a new one just came out. Well, a remaster just came out today. I've been a fan for forever, and I have wanted to make a mock. Something from that for a long time, so maybe I will in the future. Something small, though, because I don't have the time to design a huge thing in stud.io, so. Dunder says, I did just get some Bitcoin miners set up, and they're doing about $25 a day, but I haven't gotten my power bill yet. Still, I should have some money to buy some Lego. That's really impressive. $25 a day is pretty good. Now, obviously, a lot of that goes into power. And how much, if you don't mind sharing, how much did you spend to buy the Bitcoin miners? Like, how long do you think it will be before you pay off your initial investment? If you don't mind me asking, I can understand how you might want to keep that information to yourself. Fun Brick says, if it's a small set and I have enough space, I'll sort it out by each part. Yeah. I mean, I guess we're kind of advantaged here because we have this huge space to work in, although it's never quite big enough. So there should be another one of these. Oh. I see. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna break the rules a little here and do that instead. The transparent blue ones were supposed to be in here, and the solid blue ones were supposed to be in the treasure chest, and the transparent ones were supposed to be in here, but I can't seem to get I can't seem to get it out of. Oh, there we go. Okay. Guess we will switch it after all. Okay. There we go. Yeah, buying for yourself seems to be less of a priority when you start to sell Lego. Yeah, that is definitely true. Although I actually, well, I built Lego and collected when I was younger, up until I was about 15, probably 14, 15, and then I kind of stopped. And then I got back into it actually after I got into selling. So, you know, if I hadn't opened the store, I probably would never have gotten back into Lego, or at least not in the immediate future. So, fantastic I did that. It kind of went in the opposite way that I feel like a lot of people do, but it's definitely very nostalgic going back to my childhood. And I have a ton of sets from there. I didn't get rid of any of them. And so I have a gunship that I'm kind of in the process of restoring. But it's very difficult to kind of go I haven't wanted to go through a brick stock file and count everything, so it's kind of just been sitting there, and that's why I'm building these instead. Dunders says, I spent $500 to get 5 S9s. Normally they're $600 a piece, but I have a generous friend who is selling some of his because his power is too expensive. But I live between 2 dams and power is cheap. Yeah, power is not cheap here at all. So we crypto mining probably is not the best thing here, but it is something I've looked at before, but way too expensive with the power here. Funbrick Creation says, I seem to buy way too much for myself before buying more for BrickLink. If I had more space, I would buy for BrickLink before buying sets to build. Yeah, I can understand that, but here's the thing. If you bought a bunch of sets for BrickLink, then maybe you could eventually pay for a bigger space. So there is that to consider. Funbrick Creation says, then some of my sets I buy and then I part out as used, such as the Super Mario blind bags. If I have the character, then I part out the extra ones as used parts. Pretty smart. Real Brick says, Paul, if you don't mind me asking, in the activity section of BrickLink, have you noticed any members who disliked the store? I had one, posted about it in the forum and turned it into 2. Have we ever had it? We've had a negative review before. A long time ago, and we've had a neutral review kind of in the more recent past. Is that what you mean? But I would recommend not posting about it, just because you know, you don't want to. You should never complain about your customers. Even the ones that make an unhappy thing. I actually just posted a video about customer service. So if you go back, I believe it's 2 videos ago, it's called How to Turn an Unhappy Customer into a Lifelong Customer. If you go watch that, I kind of lay out some basic tips for how to reduce the amount of negative feedback you get and try and get customers to come back and be happy with your store. So if you want some tips, go over there. But basically, the gist of it was you should always be polite to the customer. You should give them coupons, and you should refund. You should do everything in your power, basically, to try and make sure that they don't give a negative review. Because we, you know, that's just the best policy to have because you want them to come back. I do not believe that we have any 1999 Star Wars figures. We may, but we don't typically get a ton of used minifigs. And from that era, it would be unlikely that we would get new. And they would be at or above market value at the moment, so... Real Bricks. No, like they pressed dislike for your store instead of favorite. I'm certain it wasn't a customer. I did watch and comment on the video as Emery. I think it's because I kept posting in the sales form. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we've ever gotten that. And fantastic that you have 100% positive feedback. I think we have 99.9 or 99.98. It really irritates me that neutral feedback counts against you. Neutral feedback, in my opinion, should just not affect the score either way because it's neutral, right? Negative feedback should bring down your score, but neutral feedback also brings down your score, which I think is just kind of baloney. So. Because, I mean, it's entirely possible that people who leave neutral feedback do not understand that, you know, basically it's like there wasn't anything fantastic, but there also wasn't anything bad, right? So maybe they just don't know that it negatively affects the store. But, yeah. Funbrick Creation says, I'm hoping that my next house has an extra room or a good-sized garage so I can expand my store. Yeah, that's fantastic. Is Australia really expensive? Because I know Well, I guess the coastline is probably very expensive. Because I know that they have a whole bunch of open area in the middle, but I guess the middle is probably mostly uninhabitable, so there is that too. I've never been to Australia, but I would very much like to go there. I think I've talked about that on a stream before. All right, I think we're making a brewing stand here. Okay, let's see. Where does this go? Okay, we're building something else. I believe this is a torch now. Funbrick says, I'm at 100% positive feedback with 66 sales in the last 12 months. It was 12 months since I opened my store mid-April last year. Fantastic on your 1-year anniversary. That's great. We hit our 1 year in December, so I guess 4 months ago, of being reopened. So, you know, it's a very good feeling to do that. Dunder Mifflin says, a cool video to see would be a detailed video on cataloging used. That's the only thing left that I have no idea how to do. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I don't know if that's in the pipeline already. It could be. We have a spreadsheet where we track all of our videos that need to be made. So it's possible that it's there, but if not, I can add it. Bjorn says, gotta go, have to adult, have fun adulting. It's definitely, adulting is definitely difficult. Funbrick continues, to me, I think it is quite expensive here, especially in the main cities rather than in the country. Plus, it's hard to find work, so I can fund my hobbies even more. If YouTube took off, that would be good. Funbrick says, my dream would be to have my main income source as YouTube and BrickLink. Yeah, that would be pretty cool to do. I mean, we're not there yet, so it's definitely a long road to being full-time. I mean, that's our goal too, is to make money, is eventually to basically make passive income off of this and kind of delegate a lot of the jobs to other people and continue growing the company in a bigger way. But it would be so awesome to do this and have this be my primary income source. I'm happy as about this time last week. I was at 77 subs and now I'm at 81 as of today. Yeah, you got to keep uploading daily. YouTube is really, I mean, it's math. You got to understand how to rank, and it's a lot of it is also luck. I mean, you can watch a ton of videos about SEO and how to do all this stuff, but at the end of the day, a lot of it is just luck. But if you start gaining tons of subs quickly, YouTube will push your content at other people. So the faster you grow, the faster you will grow. So do just keep that in mind, that it's fantastic that you're able to do that. And I know for us, we've always seen a big spike in channel growth immediately after crossing another thousands mark. Like we went from 1,000 to like 1,400 pretty quickly, and then, you know, again and again, and then it kind of slows back down. So there is definitely something about that number. I don't know a ton about YouTube SEO. I'm trying to learn more about it, but you might want to watch some tutorials and videos on that as well. But understand also that it is kind of just luck. Funbrick Creation says he uploads 3 times a week, otherwise he'd run out of videos before finishing sets on BrickLink content. Yeah, understandable. Okay, on to bag 2. Alright, so now we are actually starting on the Nether Fortress here. I have not been to the Nether in a long time. Evan and I have a Minecraft world, and I think we are getting ready to kind of go in there soon, but neither of us have had a ton of time in the last couple days to be on the server, but it'd be fantastic to get back on there. Funbrick says, I try to put up some sets and parts and then some BrickLink content to mix it up. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. You know, you want to know your market and hit all the different niches in that market, so. Sorry if I'm being quiet here, but like I said, I do want to also actually build. So sometimes I get too involved in chat and then I forget to keep going. Let's see. Has anyone said anything else? Nope. Thank you to all 12 of you that are currently here. You know, I'm really trying to figure out like what the optimal time to stream is, because last week we had 30 people and now we're at 8. So like, originally I had thought that we get better views when Evan and I are both here, but I don't think that's the case based on last week, because last week we had pretty much the same amount of views that we had. I mean, it was just me, and we had pretty much the same amount of views as when Evan and I are both here and when Evan is alone. But those views also fluctuate, so we're trying to kind of figure out like whether there's a better time than 3 o'clock or if there are other factors that affect it. So if any of you guys have any ideas on like what things would be, because I mean obviously you guys are the viewers, so like how many people would prefer maybe an earlier time or a later time, or different type of content for streams and stuff like that, because it would be awesome to learn some of that. Funbrick says, I find my BrickLink content can be more popular than the speed builds. I have 2 or 3 videos that have hit over 2K views. That's great. It's really cool to see those views go up. He also says the highest video I have is a video of photos of a set I built, which has almost 2.7 thousand views. Really cool. That's great to hear. If your content is routinely, if you can get your content to routinely cross the 2,000 view mark, that would be awesome. We don't get that like right away, so. Funbrick says this time is great for me, as it starts at 8 a.m. my time on a Sunday. Fantastic. Good to know. Okay, what can we do with this now? Alrighty, so something I've noticed about a lot of these Minecraft sets is they do a very good job of making it look like they are indeed built out of blocks by kind of having these stepping stones. Which is super cool. So honestly, these sets are a lot more fun. I kind of am starting to like these littler sets more than I have in the past, although I still definitely want to build some of the bigger sets. Obviously Hogwarts still needs to find a place to go. It's over on a shelf over there, but that's not where it's going to be permanently. So Hogwarts has got to find a home, and all this stuff is going to have to find a home too, so who knows. What do you guys do with all of your Legos? Those of you that like are in apartments or short on space, where do you put all of your stuff to display? Or live with roommates? Because I am looking for advice on what to do, because if I'm building new sets every couple weeks for these streams, it's going to get kind of crazy. And I might just sell some of them after I'm done, it depends, or part them out, but we shall see. Not these ones. The Minecraft ones I'll probably keep, but some other sets might end up getting parted out. Ah, I think that these are supposed to be nether wart. I see. Okay, and now we build the... Oh, no, only one flame. Okay. Real Brick says, yeah, but the more BrickLink content that's made means the more potential sellers and therefore more competition. I don't mind, though. Everyone deserves a chance, and I can't say much. Yeah, the thing about that is, and I mean, obviously Evan and I have talked about this. I'm not going to lie and say we haven't. It's like, how much do we share? What don't we share? And kind of what we figured out is there are a couple things that we kind of decided on that we don't want to specifically talk about. But the general idea is everybody could find 99% of the information we give out just through Google searching and reading forum posts. So basically, we're kind of just condensing the information and giving it out. And there's really no harm in that. Also, the market is so big that we're not at a point yet where competition is really an issue. Also, the difference between, for example, if you have... Ooh, now I need to know. One sec. Someone figured out what like the percentages are. I need to know this. Give me just a moment here. I wrote it down. Okay. If you have more than 63,000 bricks in your store, you are at 85. You're 85%. You are in the top 25% of stores, and then it falls sharply to 35.6 at 80%. So honestly, the bigger stores are much bigger than the smaller stores. So especially on BrickLink. So with that in mind, growing and creating lots of small stores really isn't an issue, because most people want to do this as a hobby. Like 85% of people or less want to do it as a hobby, not as a business. So it's really not a huge deal to kind of share this information, because that upper 25% of people, there's room for more, right? The market is still very open, so I don't really think it's a threat to our business to share a lot of this information. Now, obviously, there are some things that we don't want to share, but for the most part, almost everything can be shared. The other Mifflin says, I still live with a family of 9. Wow. So space has become a challenge. I was allotted a generous amount of space in one room for my store, and in my room there's Lego in every nook and cranny visible. Then he continues, I share my room with my brother too, and he doesn't like my obsession very much. Wow, that is insane. I can't even imagine living with 9 people. I'm an only child, so I cannot fathom that. I would explode. I very much like my me space. But I mean, I guess if you grow up in a family that big, you kind of just get used to it. So, yeah, but that was basically my thoughts on sharing the information and making BrickLink videos. Is, I think it does more good than it does harm. to the community. So, because I mean, if you really want to look at it from a monetary perspective, and this is something I've just thought of, is the more stores there are, the more pieces there are in one place that can be purchased, right? And so you could buy out other people, and that is definitely something that other people have done. So okay, what am I building now? I think a rock. That's what it looks like. It'd be really cool to get, there's one set that has a nether portal in it, but I think it's been discontinued. And I really want to get a hold of that set so that way I can like hook all these things together, because that would be super cool. Okay, yes, we were in fact building a rock. But kind of back onto the BrickLink community, something I do really like about the community is how non-competitive it is. I've said this many, many times before, but I just think it's very unique and very cool, is that all the BrickLink stores, you know, nobody really seems to try and monopolize or be rude. Everybody seems like they want to help each other. And I think that that is just super cool, even though technically everyone is a competitor. So that's just my 2 cents. Maybe, excuse me, that's not the most business-wise thing, but I think that it's super cool. Wait, what? I think I might have done this backwards. Yes, there we go. Man, it is very quiet without music. Funbrick says, my next part out is Series 3 and 4 of the extra dots bags. My space limit is whatever I can fit into my room. That's a pretty good space limit. We'll add 30 or 40 lots and 2,500 parts. Wow, that's pretty good for dots. Fantastic on that. We've mostly been doing used. I've just been trying to upload as much used as I can, and I know everybody else has pretty much been doing the same thing. So we haven't actually added. I believe classic sets are in the process of being done. I wasn't in the store yesterday, but I saw Kyle working on them. So there might be some classics that will be being added to the store. And those are obviously new. But for the most part, I've been focusing on used because you can add so many lots so fast with used. Like there was one day, Evan and I sat down for 4 or 5 hours, and we added 600 lots in one day. And that is just absolutely insane. Just amazing growth. Now, obviously, that's going to slow. Realbrick says, yes, the majority of the community is helpful, with a few people buying just to give me a head start, and others messaging me with tips and support others. Hated my use of the sales form. Yeah, I mean, there are always some people who just want to do that. Funbit Creation says, I did the same thing with the Series 1 and 2. I just max out whatever I can buy on the LEGO website. Realbricks continues, which is bizarre, as surely people want cheaper prices, right? Well, yeah, but they also want a buying experience. Money isn't the only thing. Why do some people buy name brand over off-brand, right? Some people develop an attachment to a company. Some people trust the name. Some people want to know that there's a real person at the other side. And that's why I think the YouTube channel is so helpful for our store. Is we're not the cheapest people on the block. Hello, Vincent. But we're not the cheapest people on the block. Sometimes our prices are a little bit above average. And as we continue to grow, they might go up a little bit more. And people still buy from us, and that's because we offer a buying experience. We're a major part in the community, and we just do our best to be helpful and kind. And that definitely, not that we do it as a marketing thing, because it's totally not. You know, that's genuinely what we want to do, but is we genuinely want to be helpful. But that kind of is in relation to not being cheaper, as people might want to buy your store because wanting to help out is a reason why they are paying for the, it sounds very strange, but they're paying for the ability to help you, because everything is about buyer satisfaction, and someone will only buy the things that they want. So if they want to help you, then a dollar amount, they're willing to pay more to do that. If you understand kind of where I'm going around. That's a really abstract concept, but something, I mean, I've never personally worked in sales, but I do read a great deal of business stuff, and I follow some kind of YouTubers, and something I've kind of begun to put together as I've done more research and gotten older is that literally everything has a dollar value. And that sounds really bad to hear, but it's not, because good things have dollar values too. And helping you has a dollar value to some people. And to most people, it's probably a negative value, right? They don't want to buy from a small store because, you know, it's a negative dollar value. It's more risky, et cetera, et cetera. But to some people, it's a positive dollar value. And the fact that you're a small store makes them want to pay more because they are purchasing the fact that you're a small store. And you can really apply that to anything. You said that you want to have custom packaging and thank you cards. And yes, they are paying a higher dollar amount because of those things. And that's the Disney experience, right? Disney is amazing at this marketing strategy. Although I would argue that maybe Disney does not want to genuinely be helpful, but we're going to ignore that. Disneyland has a reputation of being a very happy place, and as such, they can sell that. People pay way more than Disneyland is worth to go there and have that experience. People pay thousands of dollars to go to Disneyland, and that's because they're paying for the personalized experience, and they're paying for the brand. Vincent is here. Hello, Vincent. Mr. Shows-A-Lot. Welcome. It is 1 a.m. Funny you're building Minecraft since I just finished an automatic berries farm, also with an item elevator. Super cool. I know Evan is a huge redstone person. Not so much me, but maybe at some point, I don't know. I want to do like a one-off Minecraft stream. I think that would be fun. And maybe not save it on the channel, so kind of make it like you show up and you see it, or you don't kind of thing. But, yeah, maybe. JB says, I love when you get on a tangent about something very philosophical. Thank you. Yes, I very much enjoy getting on tangents, and I can get on a tangent about anything. I would be the perfect teacher. Well, no, I'd be a horrible teacher, but my students would love me because I would get up to talk about the subject at hand, and then I would just go off on a tangent, and then we'd run out of time, and I would feel guilty about assigning homework because we didn't actually talk about the thing. I actually had a teacher like, here we go on another tangent, but I actually had a teacher like that, although ironically, it's the only math teacher I ever learned anything from. He was fantastic. He only worked there for a year, and then he went off to go found his own tutoring company. But he would go off on these huge tangents. He was from the Middle East, and he grew up in the Levant. L. Started with an L. And he would always go off on these stories about growing up there. And I found it so fascinating. And because of the storytelling, I was able to learn a lot more math in his class because I really struggle with algebra because he would go off on these tangents, and it kind of gave my brain time to assimilate the information I learned. But I imagine most students probably aren't a huge fan of that. But that's the kind of teacher I would be. I would go off on these huge tangents and nothing would ever get done. Fun Brick Creation says, I'm aiming to put my sets now at the 6-month average rather than when I used to put it at the sales average. Yeah, I think 6 month is probably better. Vincent says, I just learned how to Minecraft comparator works, and almost exactly the same as a comparator IRL. Yeah, Redstone is actually a pretty good logic system. And you can actually, there was some guy that actually built a fully functioning, I believe it was a Windows 90, a Windows 90 something computer off of Redstone, and it took him forever to do, but yeah, kind of crazy. Although I would imagine that that thing, see, here's the thing, when you get to that size of a thing though, can the internal logic keep up because of the tick rate? Or does it occasionally start failing? But I guess the same thing kind of happens in a computer, and occasionally individual transistors will fail, and the computer is kind of able to just keep going. So maybe the same thing just kind of gets mirrored, and every level you go building a computer within a computer, it just gets slightly more blurry. And I guess that's how emulation kind of works, and why emulation is hard. But I'm not a comp sci major, so who knows? I could be very wrong about everything that I just said. But to my knowledge, I would imagine that it would get blurrier every time you go down another level. I don't know, is anyone here a comp sci major? Was I anywhere close to correct? Oh, so Vincent, how's your classes going? Because last time you were saying that you had a test coming up, I think. How many more semesters do you have left? Before, I assume you're going for a doctorate. If you're going into nuclear physics, I assume you pretty much have to have a doctorate in order to work in that field, unless I'm mistaken. But how many more years and or semesters do you have left? Oh, I already built those. Okay, I guess these are probably smaller nether warts. Alrighty. Real Brick says, it may sound out of the blue, but BrickLink has been pretty exciting for me. I've had literal nightmares about getting negative feedback. Can't say I've had literal nightmares about that. I did have one nightmare about the wall falling and all the pieces spilling out onto the floor. And it was like right as I was kind of starting to wake up. So I don't know if you guys have ever had one of those dreams that like is kind of at the same time you're waking up, and it takes you a couple seconds to realize that it like wasn't real. But I have had one of those before, and that was very terrifying. I guess I'm building another one of these. Funbrick says, I enjoy tangents as I am also good at the same thing, especially for technology, and I'm going into deep conversations about the most ridiculous, smallest, weird stats. Yeah, I can understand that. When I was in Boy Scouts, I've always been a fan of physics, some types of physics. I don't have the math skills to actually do a lot of the hard work, so it's probably not a field that I could go into. But I remember in Boy Scouts, I would go on these tangents explaining superposition to people, and the kind of future light cone and the past light cone, and I feel very bad for everybody that had to sit there and listen to me, because I hadn't mastered the skill of learning when to shut up yet. So I can go on those weird tangents too for hours and hours. Uh-oh, am I missing a piece? 1, 2, 3. I do appear to have built something incorrectly. Okay. Ah. Okay. Easy fix. One sec here. I'm just correcting this and making sure I didn't make any other oopsies. Okay. Yes, that appears to be correct. Real Bricks says, I find physics okay. I'm pretty good at math, and hopefully it's going to be useful for pilot school. That's really cool. Pilot, you can make pretty good money being a pilot, can't you? For not that much. If I understand, the amount that it costs to become a pilot is very little compared to the amount of money you can make. So I think, at least in the States and where I am, that seems to be the case. Fun Bricks says, I enjoy math and struggle to find good websites, apps, or try to find a good math book to buy to challenge myself on, such as doing year 7 math again. I failed algebra twice. So yeah, that can pretty much summarize everything. Vincent says, you don't really need a doctorate since I'm not a physics student but an engineering student. At minimum, it would take a bachelor's and a master's, but that's not yet that I'm good, so oh, there's another message coming. Okay, I'll wait for that before I reply. I would have to do a second master in another field, then another master's to reach the highest possible level of clearance. Okay, wow. That's pretty insane. So what exactly, if you don't mind sharing, what exactly is your career objective? Obviously, since you're not a physics student, you don't plan on going into theory or professorship. I assume you plan on going to actually working with fissile materials, or with, at a power plant or something like that, or medical, I guess. There's radiation stuff in medical, but if you're an engineering student, I would imagine it's probably something more related to power. Real Brick says, in England, it takes a good few years to make back the money, up to 120,000 euros, which is probably the main, pounds, which is probably the main reason for training being delayed for so many people. Wow, that's insane. Fun Brick Creation says, my aim is to try and find a job where I'm doing lots of data entry. Real Brick says, Fun Brick, that's cool. I'm using a website called Kerboodle, but it's the English spec for physics. It may be worth checking out, but it's paid for. Okay, that is done. Now what? Oh, okay. I get to install the torch. And this weird blue thing. I don't actually know what that is. I'll turn it around and show in just a sec here. I just have a couple more pieces. Excuse me. Oh, I'm already getting tired. It's only like 4 o'clock, if that. Yeah, Hello, Soul Flame. Welcome. You're not too late. Don't worry. I'm about halfway through this first set, and then I'm also going to be building this one, so don't worry. We may also get food at some point, depending on how hungry I get and how close I am to being finished. And how empty my bank account is. Okay, where does this go? Right here. Okay. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? And do anything interesting recently? Vincent continues, I wouldn't work at a power plant as an operator since that is pretty boring. I think I would go into smaller, better reactor innovations for maybe rockets or fusion power if it becomes more profitable. Okay, so still you want to do something that's kind of, you want to do something innovative or make progress, not just make money, which I can totally understand. Soul Flame says, doing great, thanks. Have a good week. Thank you. And I hope you have a good week. But going into rockets or fusion would be pretty cool. Obviously, though, fusion is still pretty, I don't know, probably a couple decades away. But then again, I did read something that they have been making a lot of great strides recently. I mean, I don't really keep a huge tab on it, but I do remember some stuff flowing into my news feed a couple months ago, like around December or something, that something had happened. So who knows? Maybe it will be a lot closer than we think. Wait, what? Oh. I thought they were expecting me to center this on a 4x, which would not be doable. Okay, so guys, what time is it? It is 4:14. Okay, in 15 minutes, we are going to make a decision as to whether or not I should get food. And how long I think I will still be on stream, because my stream time is determined by the rate of completion of these 2 sets. So we shall make a decision. Last time we got sushi, but I don't know. It takes like 45 minutes for stuff to get here, so I don't actually know if we will have time to get something. Although eventually Evan and I will do another Chow in chat, and so we will be continuing our trend of rating all of the wing places in Orange County, which is a great chore that we have decided to undertake. And so far, our conclusion is Wingstop is the best. Wingstop has yet to be overthrown. If you live in the Orange County area and you know of a fantastic wings place, there are a couple people that live around here. Then go ahead and make a suggestion. Real Brick says it would be cool to see what American McDonald's is like live. Evan and I have, I don't know if we've gotten it on stream, But we have actually gotten McDonald's sometimes, and it's always disappointing. And McDonald's, at least in America, is one of those things that everybody remembers really liking when they were a kid. Like mom, you know, it'd be really cool if mom took you out to McDonald's or something. Like I used to occasionally get it after Taekwondo when I was little, so like I have these nostalgic memories of it. And so occasionally Evan and I will be like, oh, let's buy some McDonald's, right? And so we'll get like 40 McNuggets, and we'll just... They're not bad, but they're also not good. They just kind of taste like disappointment. Vincent says, I could also work at other power plants. For example, burned coal is fairly radioactive and also needs proper disposal. I did not know that burned out coal is radioactive, but I suppose it is fairly carbon rich. What is it that makes it radioactive after it's burned? Because obviously the reason that spent cores are radioactive is because so much of the chain reaction is kind of started, and so much of the atoms have been cracked, and so the isotope keeps the neutrons keep bouncing around, and you just have to wait for that to end, which can take thousands of years. But is carbon the same? Is it basically the same thing, that you're burning it and... Yeah, I actually don't know what other things are in coal besides carbon. So, Soulflame says, I can understand that. I don't eat it anymore because McDonald's makes me feel a bit sick. Yeah, I would agree with that too. I'm also always very disappointed with their sauces. Their sauces are not good. Real Bricks says, yeah, same, especially with the thing about nostalgia. Yeah, I would say their shakes are actually not that bad, but there are definitely still places that have better shakes. Much better shakes. Vincent says, or help with the deconstruction of old reactors. Yeah, that's kind of a thing around here. There's a reactor around here. Someone I used to know's parents worked at this reactor. I believe. Yes, I believe I'm remembering that correctly. As a safety inspector and an engineer. But it's being decommissioned. Fun Brick Creations says, is anyone going to get some of the new Star Wars sets at the start of May? What's coming out? Let's take a look here. I'm going to end up on a tangent here. New Star Wars Lego. Let's see, what is coming out? A new R2-D2, it looks like. What else? What else is coming out? I probably won't buy anything because I don't have the money to spend right now. But maybe in the future. Vincent says it contains small amounts of radioactive material, so when you burn a lot, you need proper disposal. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So obviously as you're burning it and everything is getting condensed down, because obviously what you're burning is being converted into energy, so what's left is more condensed, and that's what's radioactive. You know what? Now I really want good chicken nuggets. Where can I get good chicken nuggets from? Because I was talking about the chicken McNuggets, and now I want the chicken nuggets, but I definitely don't want chicken McNuggets. So Does anyone have any suggestions on where I can get some good, high-quality nuggets? Maybe Popeyes. I mean, those are technically tenders, but Popeyes is pretty good. Okay, what am I doing now? Okay, that's kind of cool. So we've got a little slidey thing here. And I guess I can turn this around. There we go. This is cool. JB says, I really don't care about the R2. It's been done several times. I wish they would make more Mando, Clone Wars, Rebels sets. I completely agree. I want more Clone Wars, and I guess Rebels too. But also, I wouldn't be too against unique or original sets. Lego used to release some original sets, and I haven't seen any in a long time, so I wish they would do some of that too. Dunder Mifflin says Chick-fil-A. That's not super bad. I'm not the hugest fan of Chick-fil-A though. I think it's rather bland, but that just might be a wrong opinion. So, because I know a lot of people would kill for Chick-fil-A. Also, it's never been really crunchy. Soul Flame says, what do you mean with original sets? I mean original content, stuff that Lego comes up with. So not specifically from any movie or stuff. They just create their own Star Wars stuff. They used to do that. If you can manage to suffer through my brick history videos, you can find some on there. But you can also probably just Google it. But one of them was really cool, and I kind of want it. Although I don't remember the name now, so I'll probably never find it again. JB says Popeye's chicken sandwich. Oh yeah, those are cool. The Popeye's chicken sandwich. Definitely. A friend and I used to get Popeyes like every week. Quite unhealthy, I know, but we would get it like every week. And when the Popeyes chicken sandwich craze happened, we were so upset because we didn't want the sandwiches. We just wanted our normal chicken tenders. And the Popeyes line was going all the way down the street. And you just couldn't do it. They were only making sandwiches. You couldn't even get tenders. It was just sandwiches. And that was very frustrating, so I'm glad that the Popeyes craze for the chicken sandwiches has settled. God, was that in 2019 or was that in 2020? I don't remember. It was a long time ago, though. ...2019, I think, or very early 2020. Yeah, I think it was before the pandemic. Okay, we're actually nearing completion on this, which is fantastic. So, because of that, I'm going to get some Popeyes. If my dad is watching, I'm sure my dad hates it when I order food out. Thinks it's so expensive, which I mean it is, but if he's watching, I hope he's enjoying the fact that I'm about to get some Popeyes again. Can I get delivery, please? Soulflame says, why did LEGO stop the Elves series? I found those to be really cool, but it didn't last that long. It was full of useful parts for fantasy building. Elves. You know, Elves. I can't say I remember that. And Soulflame, you are completely correct. Yes, my dad is right. Expensive and unhealthy. Okay. I want some chicken tenders. Give me some chicken tenders. Here we are. Mild because I am weak. And what sauce do I want? I want buttermilk ranch, I think. Or do I want Mardi Gras mustard? Do I want ranch or mustard? Tell me, please. Bye, Vincent. I will try and have a best rest of the stream. You guys need to decide. Do I want like the spicy mustard, spicy honey mustard, or do I want the ranch? Okay, we got mustard. 2 mustards. 2 mustards. Okay, mustard it is. We're getting mustard. Oh, 1 ranch. Okay. Now I gotta wait and see if there's anybody else. Okay, looks like it's gonna be mustard. What do you mean more selections required? I did select everything I wanted. Wait a second. Are you serious? Can I not? Something is wrong. Something is wrong. I am trying to select the sauce. Oh no. Am I not going to be able to get my Popeyes? Okay, I got to figure this out. So basically on DoorDash, Evan says mustard. Okay, that settles it. So basically the problem here is it asks me to select sauce, right? So I select my sauce, and then it tells me that I have not selected enough sauce. However, I can only pick 2. So I select 2, I want 2 mustards, and then it tells me that I don't have enough sauce. And I don't understand why. So let's close the app and try again. They have a 30-piece tender meal. I don't think I need that. That's a bit too much chicken for me. Come on. 4-piece. Okay. Mild, yes. And then what is wrong with this? Okay, I guess I'm not Evan says I just knocked over the minifigs. Yeah, I bet you my dad is messing with this. I guess I'm not getting Popeyes. That sucks. You know what? I wonder if they have delivery through their website. Because I've seen signs saying that they do. Oh yeah, they do. 21352. I'm still getting my. Okay. Okay. Yep. I'm getting my my chicken. Okay. I want... we'll go with red beans and rice. And then, of course, a Dr. Pepper. And mustard. Excellent. Add to order. Okay, now can I get more sauce? Because two is not enough. I need to get more sauce. It appears as though they are limiting me. They are limiting my sauce. Okay. I will live with that. I do not want to receive exclusive emails. I should check chat. Okay. Hello. You do love Dr. Pepper. That is fantastic. I guess I have an account. Let's find out if I do. Sign in. Okay, I gotta go to my email and verify. I just want my chicken. Why can't I just psychically get some chicken? I think that, you know, they have these things that you can implant into your head to control a computer with. They use it for a lot of people who have lost control of their vocal cords. I think that instead we should install those so that people can just just get chicken immediately. No, the card that I have on file is wrong, and I don't have my wallet in my pocket. This just keeps getting worse. Evan, you're here. I have a very dire thing for you. I need you to locate my wallet. I have no idea where it is. I'm gonna build. You need to find my wallet. Evan is probably in the house. He's working. We're remodeling right now, and he, rather than being on the stream, has decided to try and finish the back room, which is a very noble thing to do. Yes, Zhao. I think that's how you pronounce that name. I agree. Food is important. And get chicken does need to be added to all keyboards, yes. Oh, wait a minute. I already built these. Okay. Last fire piece here. Real Brick says, because I was going to say if he's filming at a school, he wouldn't be happy having school lunches while you get Popeyes. Yeah, no, he's not. At least I don't think so. I think he is here at the house. But I know he's probably not going to be able to find my wallet because I probably couldn't find my wallet, so it's okay. I'll live. As sad as it may be that I will not get my chicken, I will have to live and go through the drive-thru after the stream. Because now I'm dead set. I'm going to get this chicken. And... Come on. Come on, click in. There we go. Okay. Another part has been completed. Where does this go? Oh, this hangs underneath. Is this like a nether beehive? Do they have those? Oh, I think it's supposed to be glowstone, but it's not very yellow. Who knows? It is a mystery that we shall never know. Evan Stagnera says, yeah, I'm trying real hard to find your wallet. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I was thinking, should I get my wallet before I come and sit down? But I was like, why would I ever need my wallet on the stream? And here we are. I do. Yo Matthew says, how long do I have to open my shop after submitting files for BrickLink? I don't know if there is a limit. After they have reviewed it, they will get back to you. And I know that that can take a very long time, if that's what you're asking. But after they actually get back to you, I'm not certain if there is a time limit on actually opening your store. You know, actually, I'm pretty sure that there isn't. We have a guy, Doug, who has not opened his store yet. But I do believe that he's been verified. So I don't think you have to open your store within a certain amount of time. Or at the very least, you can open it and then just close it immediately. Because you can shut down your store temporarily. So that's definitely a thing you can do. It's a thing we've done. There should be another piece here. Here we are. Okay, and one more. JB's Brick Kiln says, I'm going to be so confused when I finally try Minecraft. Half the videos I've watched are modded in some way. You have never played Minecraft. We got to fix that. You need to get Minecraft and you need to play it. Funbrick says, I think it took about a week for me to get my store approved, which was quite surprising. That was a year ago. Yeah, some people have said that it can go on for weeks and weeks. So just do be aware of that. I imagine the team is quite busy. A lot of people over the pandemic have probably wanted to open recently. Yeah, when Evan, JB, when Evan started, I believe it was instant as well. The Brick Room says, hey Paul, don't know if you saw this earlier, but a good Minecraft set you could/can get is the Warped Forest. I will go ahead and look at that. I am always looking for more sets. More Minecraft sets, so that is fantastic. And yeah, Soulflame, nowadays you do in fact need to be verified. You need to prove that you actually own the store, and you need to send pictures of the store and stuff like that before they will allow you to sell. At least as I understand that. We obviously did not go through the process, as when we started it was not a thing, but based on how other people have described it to me, I believe that that is how it works. Real Bricks asks, do Mario parts sell well? Have we parted out? I believe we've parted out 1 or 2 Mario sets. I don't super remember, but I mean, you can go and look when you go to part out. You can actually look at the when you go to the price guide, you can look at how much things have sold and at what price. So if you want to, you can go look at a per part basis and just quickly glance through and see whether or not the parts do sell. So that is something you may want to do, since I don't remember off the top of my head whether or not they sell super well. JB says he's sold 6 out of 7 Mario character packs. Okay, so that's pretty good. Evan says, I assume at the point people were just listing items and it didn't actually have the pieces or sets so sell, so they would scam people. BrickLink had to solve that problem, so now they need inventory verification. Makes sense. We definitely don't want people to get scammed. Okay, I wonder what this part is that we're building. Some sort of gear mechanism. And I wonder what it will be. Joey says, hello all from Oregon Brick. Hello, great to see you. JB says, I've been tempted to watch a bunch of videos on Minecraft and do a Minecraft noob speedrun video. That would be pretty funny. Who knows? That could send your channel into the stratosphere. You never know. That is not a fantastic turn. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong here. 1 second, guys. Why does this not turn? Maybe there's something missing. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay. Ah, I see what I did wrong. Okay. I believe that this process I thought was fixable. I appear to have made a string of errors. But I'm trying to figure out where. Ah. Okay. Problem solved, I think. I was off on this top part by 1 block. One stud. Okay, now let's try installing this and seeing if it works. Nope, still doesn't work. Okay, well, I don't know what I did wrong, so we're just going to move on. Joey says, I think I'm going to part out the 1989 Batwing set next. That's pretty cool. JB says that's 11 days of consecutive orders, 31 orders in 11 days so far. That is fantastic. Great job. Okay, we've only got this many parts left, so hopefully we are kind of nearing being finished with this set here. It did not take as long as I thought, it would. We've only been live for, how long have we been live? I don't know, somewhere on here it says how long we've been live for, but yeah, so fantastic there. Hello, Lego Military Mox. Great to see you. You didn't ask about whether there's a stream today. You always ask, so I'm glad that you made it. All right, what next? All right, looks like we are focusing on the bridge now. I imagine that most of the rest of this is probably going to be the bridge and then covering up this area here. And then we will build the little underwater one, I think. Honestly, these Minecraft sets are indeed pretty cool. I hadn't really gotten super into them before, but I'm having fun now. Another one I'm going to buy, someone had recommended the Warp Forest. I'll probably get that, but I'm also going to get the Illager Raid at some point. But that's 60 bucks, I think, so that one won't be immediately, but I will get that and build that one too. That one's pretty cool. It's got a lot of villagers in it, so. And an iron golem, I believe. Some of the Minecraft minifigs are honestly pretty cool. Joey says, glad you do a live show. It's enjoyable. Thank you so much. I love to hear that. A bunch of people said we've been live for 108 minutes, 109 minutes. Okay, great. Good to know. So, yeah, a little over an hour, and we're almost done with almost done with this. If you can afford it, it's worth holding on to those types of minifigs. They appreciate and price very well. Do you mean the Minecraft ones? Yeah, I probably will hold on to those. And also, I'll get doubles as I buy these sets, so I can always just sell the doubles. Excuse my yawn there. All right, I assume that we are now building the little castle part that will go on here, where the treasure chest goes as well. Soul says, no, the heroes and Star Wars ones. Oh, okay, you must have been talking to someone else then. Sorry, I don't read every message, so sometimes I'll reply to something that wasn't actually for us, so. But yes, Star Wars minifigs do appreciate very well in value, so I do highly recommend that you hold on to Star Wars minifigs. Honestly, anything Star Wars, if you can manage to get Star Wars in your store, they do seem to sell pretty well. That said, we have had some 501st Troopers sitting in a drawer for quite some time, so if anybody wants those, we do have them in stock. But a lot of older figs seem to sell quite well, because everybody builds Star Wars mocks. Everybody needs stormtroopers and stuff, so we if you can get those in your store, they're pretty much guaranteed to sell. But yeah, buy those 501st Troopers from us while they are still in stock. Real Brick says minifigs sell crazy on eBay. Yeah, I can see that. We've talked about maybe selling some stuff on eBay. I'm still for it, so maybe we'll have to talk more about that and do some research on whether it's better to list our minifigs, because what we wanted to do was list them in both places, but there really isn't anything for that, like a good API. Brick Freedom and BrickSync don't support eBay, so we would have to list them on one or the other. But if they sell that quickly, maybe it's worth putting them on there and maybe even marking them up. I'd have to do some research on that. But if we have a lot of them, it might be better to mark them up. For those of you that do sell minifigs on Lego, do you mark them up, or do you, how do you create the average? Is it basically just you sell them at BrickLink price, or do you look around on eBay, or what? How do you figure out what to sell stuff on eBay at? Okay, almost done here. We've only got a couple more pieces, and I think a lot of them are going to be extras, so I'm doing fantastic. Okay, now we attach this here. Stick our treasure chest. Ah, it slides in, I see. Okay. Maybe putting some of this weight. I'm now attaching some stuff to here. Oh yeah, adding the weight makes this spin properly. Fun Brick Creation says, I wanted to sell minifigs on eBay instead of BrickLink, but never worked out how to find a good price to sell things at. Yeah, that's part of my question is. Real Brick says, a BrickLink price plus I increased the eBay price only by the amount I pay for shipping and shipping materials with free postage for the buyer. A little less profit from higher eBay fees, but worth a quick sell. Yeah, if you're able to turn those minifigs super regularly, then yeah, that's fantastic. I'll have to do some more research into that. and figure out whether or not we want to go down that avenue. Thanks for reminding me about that. Right, what are we building now? I have no idea what this is. Oh, maybe one of the blazes will go on it. That would be my guess. Yep, I was right. All right, let's position our minifigs, and then I will show it off. Alrighty, here we are. This is the Nether Fortress. Uh-oh. This was the Nether Fortress. We got 4 minifigs, and obviously it is pretty cool looking. I like the flying blaze here. That is pretty cool. Looks like we got a potion thing down here. Honestly, pretty good. It will look great with the rest of the sets here. I did drop something, so I'm going to grab that. Alrighty, so in the back of this, it looks like they have a list of all of the sets. The Minecraft sets. So that is kind of cool. However, unfortunately, I think some of these are retired and therefore cost a lot of money. At Funbrick, I think that you should add the extra parts to the store. We kind of have a bunch of little bags, and in fact, I'm going to grab one right now, that we stick these pieces into, and then they never get uploaded, but we say we're going to upload them. Where's the packing cart? Oh, back here. Okay, so let me stick these pieces in here, and then we will upload these at some point in the far future to the store as new, and because they have not been used, right? It's no different than parting out. So these can be sold as new. And I will put them in the drawer with the rest of them. And now we can get started on these, and I'm going to stand because I want to stand. Oh, when I stand, you can't see my face. Never mind. I'm not going to stand. I'm going to sit. Alrighty. So now we are going to build, oh wow, 3 bags. Kind of impressed that there's 3 bags for this little set, but they're not numbered, so we will just open them all. Alrighty. Let's get started on this one. Alright, so we've got 2 minifigs here. Another Alex, I think, which is this girl here. And then a water zombie thing. This is a very colorful set. Alright, water zombie thing. Has a cookie or something in its hand. Let's see. Ah, a shell. Okay. Joey says he's currently building the Disney castle. Yeah, I want that set. I may buy that at some point. So yeah, I may buy the Disney castle at some point. It's not retired yet, I don't think. So in the future, I may buy it. I don't know if Evan wants it because I know Evan's a big Disney fan. We kind of try not to double up on sets. So, because, I mean, they're both being displayed in the same house. But, yeah, the Disney castle would be super cool. Although I don't think it's the Disneyland one. I think it's the Disney World one. So, there is that to consider. It's not like the one right by us, which would be really cool if it was the Disneyland California one. Okay, we've got some seaweed built, and now I think we're building a pufferfish. A very cute little pufferfish, if I might say so myself. Oh, one more piece. Okay, here we go. Little bitty pufferfish. Oh, and now we get to build a puffed up pufferfish. A big boy. Do they actually puff up in Minecraft? I don't know. I assume they do. Okay, where to now? I gotta add some of these. Alright, that's all of our minifigs done. Now we can actually start on the little sea fortress thingy itself proper. Something that I'm not a huge fan of is the folding. Could this fit? Yeah, see, this could fit unfolded in here. And yet they fold it anyway. And it makes it very hard to read. So, I wish that they would not do that. Especially when it can fit. Like, I understand in some of the little tiny poly bags why they have to fold it. But in the ones where it could fit, I really wish that they didn't. But maybe that's just a pet peeve of mine. Okay, what have I missed here? Soulflame says, I want to buy that Moss Cantina set. Yeah, that one's another one that I want too. I like the really big sets. The issue is that there's nowhere to put them. So, yeah, that's why, excuse me, that and money is why I have not purchased another, another big set. Funbrick Creation says, as some of the instructions don't stay flat, I use the iPad instructions, and also I can zoom into them. That's a smart idea, actually. I like kind of the having paper stuff. To having the instructions. Also, I have a collection of all of my instructions. But I suppose using the iPad one doesn't mean that you can't keep the original. So. Okay, that goes on there, and now we can continue here. when I was a kid in the 80s, all the smaller sets had fold-in instructions, and they were folded in such a weird way it was hard to fold them back correctly. That sucks. I was not a kid in the 80s, so I don't remember that, but my dad had Legos back then, so... and I inherited a lot of his Legos, so I'm sure that there are some instructions in my collection that are from that era. Alright, Evan, are you still watching? Or have you disappeared? Fun Brick Creation says, I was not happy when I got the column seam constructions because they are badly bent in each book instead of having one thick binded book like it is in the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, the Death Star had the same way where it was a big binded book. Hogwarts was 4 separate instruction books, which kind of irritated me. I wanted a nice big bound one. Okay, well, Evan, I'm going to be done in 10 minutes or less. You wanted me to let you know, so I'm letting you know. By the way, to everyone else, I'll be done in about 10 minutes because we're almost done with this set. This was a very small one. It did not go for long. But nonetheless, I think it will be a cool addition to my collection, as they say. Just got the UCS to start. Yo Matthews says, just got the UCS Star Destroyer. I'm excited to build it. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I don't have that. Fun Brick Creation says, but at least the HP Castle instruction books were flat. That is true. They were pretty nicely preserved. Lego Military Mox says, damn, it's 1 a.m. in the UK. Sorry about that. I keep saying that we want to do an earlier morning stream and then we don't. I'm sorry. At some point we will do a stream that is more targeted towards you European folks over there across the pond. Alrighty, we're putting on our last little decorative pieces here. Lots of little flowers, which I assume are supposed to be coral. Little mini corals. Which, by the way, if you're interested in fish tanks, Evan has a fish tank, and you can see a video of it on the Patreon if you are interested in supporting the channel and learning about fish tanks. Also, in other news, for those of you that follow Banana, my reptile, my little lizard, Banana is now out and about roaming. I've set up a, he's getting bigger, he's about 2 feet now, including tail, and I have set up a pen in my room for him because his tank is getting a bit small, and I have not yet built the big tank, which will be in the next month or 2. But Banana is now free roaming, and free roaming within his big pen, and he hates me a little bit less. I can kind of get near him, and I can occasionally touch him, but I can't hold him yet. And I will touch him, he'll seem fine with it, and then after like 30 seconds, he'll realize that he's being touched, and then he will just... But the whole time, you know, as long as I have food in my hand, he does not care. He's totally fine with being touched. And then the instant he realizes that there's no more food, he just poof, which is actually a good sign. You might think that's a bad sign, but that means that deep down he knows I'm not gonna eat him. So that is progress. There will eventually be some Banana content on the Patreon as well, if you are interested in seeing Banana. I don't think very many people have seen him, as I haven't streamed in my bedroom in like a year, so I will have to ensure that Banana is seen at some point, because a lot of our subscribers, I don't even think we were at 1,000 subscribers the last time Banana was on camera. So I will have to bring him on a stream sometime. After he is handleable, of course. And potty trained, which is something that I need to start working on. Once he can be touched, I can start potty training him. Because Tegu, which is the species of lizard he is, can actually be potty trained. Litter box trained. Alrighty, so we have finished this here. Come on. Sword, please. Okay. And helmet. Alrighty. We have finished this set. And are getting ready to finish up here. I'm just going to stage these figs. Alrighty, here we are. So this is the fourth set I have built for my little Minecraft world. I'll clear these bags away so you guys can see the rest here. But we have the Nether Fortress and bridge here. And then we've got the bee farm, and then we've got the trading outpost here, all in front of me. So it's been a lot of fun building these. I've really enjoyed it. But thank you to you guys for all tuning in. Let's see if I've missed anything. Funbrick Creation says, I'm in the process of working out if I can join the Patreon as the difference of money between us fluctuates. Yeah, totally understandable. Like I said, don't feel obligated to join our Patreon. I was just saying, if you want to support the channel, we do really appreciate it, and you'll get access to weekly stuff. Also, join our Discord. Discord is full of amazing people and amazing members of our community that love to answer questions. Evan and I are in there occasionally, maybe not a ton, but you can always ping us, and we do our best to answer. So feel free to reach out to us in there. And thank you, Funbrick, for wanting to support us. That's great. And hopefully the content on the Patreon will be rewarding if you decide to join. But yeah, check out our Discord. Subscribe if you haven't. If this is your first time watching us, hit the little like button and subscribe. And go check out the rest of our content. We have over a year's worth of content now, as we've gone past our 1-year anniversary for the channel. So there are tons of videos out there. Some of the older ones are probably a bit outdated, but great tutorials if you are looking to start a BrickLink store. And a lot of our stuff can be applied to other businesses as well. So go ahead and check out those videos if you're brand new here. But I just want to say one more thank you to all of you guys that tuned in on the stream. I know it was probably a bit boring without Evan here, but fantastic to see you all. And I will be seeing you all next time.
away.